There's a tweet that is floating around on the internet that's got wrestling fans talking. They are going crazy about this because an AEW wrestler is recruiting Shane McMahon to AEW. We're going to talk about that in this video. Also, we have some news in regards to CM Punk. Very interesting story there. And then also Sean Waltman, aka X-Pac, going to let you guys know where he has signed. If you guys want more wrestling news videos, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. And if you guys are interested in more wrestling content, go check out the links in the description. I have multiple channels where I bring you daily videos. With that being said, we're going to talk about GCW's new top guy, X-Pac. He is joining GCW. In fact, on February 25th in Los Angeles, he will be tag teaming with Joey Janela against Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. If you guys don't know who Brian Myers is, he's formerly known as Curt Hawkins in WWE. Now, this was actually a really major moment for GCW. This definitely got some criticism, but this definitely got some praise because they were imitating WWE, ECW, One Night Stand type of thing. And look, this was some really cool shit, but X-Pac is back. Now, what's actually really crazy is he even revealed that recently he wanted, he kind of stuck his head out and let WWE know like he could be in the Royal Rumble. And he was not in the Royal Rumble. But we know that he's joining GCW. We know that he's doing tag team matches with Joey Janela. And this guy is healthy. He's fit. This is a lot different. This is a lot different of a version. This is a lot different version of Sean Waltman than we've seen before. Truth be told, before he was unhealthy. He did not look good. He was not fit. He definitely didn't look like he wanted to be there when he was doing the indies. Now, this is a different Sean Waltman. This is a different X-Pac. And this is really cool. Honestly, GCW Heartbreak, February 25th, him and Joey Janela teaming up is going to be very interesting. I know a lot of people sometimes criticize when wrestlers come back, especially if they're older. But I think the way this guy has completely transformed his life, I'm interested to see what he can do, man. I feel like he deserves a shot. If Sting is, 60 years old wrestling on AEW, I have no problem with it. Obviously, everybody should know when they need to hang up their boots, but I think it's the opposite for Sean Waltman. I'm excited about it, and who knows what's going to happen. Right now, WWE decided not to bring him in. Maybe there's an opportunity for AEW to bring him in as a coach, but right now he is wrestling, and he is wrestling for GCW. I do want to have a conversation about this CM Punk story because, as you guys know, we actually covered this, CM Punk trolling wrestling fans about Royal Rumble, and I thought this was funny. I had to talk about this. So as you guys know, there was rumors of CM Punk going to the Royal Rumble. Now in a new interview with Abe Kanan, CM Punk revealed why he was trolling people, and this is what he had to say. Listen, from my perspective, when I left, that's what it was every year. This is the first year that they had the Royal Rumble that I have been back in wrestling. I worked somewhere else, and people were still making shit up and saying I was going to be in the Rumble, or Cody Rhodes was going to be in the Rumble, or Jon Moxley was going to be in the Rumble. I get it. People want to be excited about it. But if you want to watch us, watch AEW. That's what Twitter is for. It's a cesspool and garbage, and I want to delete it off my phone. But every once in a while, it's a ray of sunshine and fun stuff. And that's exactly what I've been telling you guys. There was a lot of people who genuinely believed that CM Punk was going to be in the Royal Rumble. And I made that video saying, guys, it is not happening. Like, never say never in wrestling, but CM Punk is not going to the Royal Rumble. And here's the thing, right? I watched that men's Royal Rumble match. No surprises. Not really any storytelling. It was chaotic as hell. There was nothing really good that came out of it, minus Bad Bunny doing a bunny destroyer. But the men's Royal Rumble was a letdown, okay? And there was no surprises, nobody from AEW, and I can't believe how many people came up to me or messaged me or reached out to me and said, Ango, why didn't WWE have surprises? Well, now we're starting to actually learn the real reasons as to why. But I did tell people in advance, do not get your hopes up. And I think that's the biggest problem with wrestling is we're getting our hopes up because, we're going to talk about it when a wrestler teases a Royal Rumble appearance, of course. But I think it's safe to say that CM Punk trolling the fans, people are going to know going forward, like, hey, he's trolling us. I don't take it serious. And maybe that leads to actually really good surprises. Maybe those actual surprises we get later on are good. But as of right now, yeah, how can you get your hopes up about CM Punk or Cody or Jon Moxley being in the Royal Rumble? I can't get my hopes up about that because I knew it was unlikely. Again, never say never, but there was a lot of people who genuinely believed it, and I'm glad CM Punk is basically coming out and talking about yo, I'm trolling people. I'm having fun with this. That to me is very interesting. What do you guys think about CM Punk trolling the fans? Are you guys bothered by it? Now, he does make a good point. If you want to watch them, watch AEW. But, of course, you know, AEW kind of opened this forbidden door with everybody, and it got people excited about this potential thing where, like, anything could happen on any show at any other time. Is it realistic? No, but I could see why fans genuinely believe this stuff. Also, guys, we got to talk about it. Our final story of the day, Shane McMahon, released by WWE. If you want to learn more information on that, go and watch the previous video on my channel, because I already spoke about the news of Shane McMahon being quietly let go from WWE. However, hours later, FTR's Dax Harwood posted a tweet on Twitter with the photos of FTR and Shane McMahon. Holla at your boys at Shane McMahon, tagging him. And of course, people are coming to me in Discord. I get these messages on Discord or Twitter DMs or whatnot, and people are asking me, they're like, hey, is there a possibility that Shane McMahon could go to AEW? And I want to have this conversation because obviously this tweet is generating a ton of conversation. It's got thousands of likes. It's definitely being spread on social media. Anything is possible in wrestling, but we still don't know the specifics of Shane McMahon and his situation with WWE. There's a difference between being released, and there's a difference between being taken off TV and canceling plans. And right now there are a lot of conflicting stories, but Dave Meltzer and Wrestling Observer, they confirmed the original report by Ringside News that Shane McMahon was let go. And there is a ton of opinions going around on this matter, but my belief is pretty simple. If Shane McMahon has no ties to WWE whatsoever, him signing to AEW would be very, very interesting. Very interesting. Do I think Tony Khan would do it? Absolutely not. I don't even want people to get their hopes up. Just like we were talking about CM Punk and Jon Moxley and Cody being in the Royal Rumble, do not get your hopes up. Just because you have an AEW wrestler tweeting on Twitter recruiting Shane McMahon, it doesn't mean AEW is actually interested in bringing in Shane McMahon. And I think that is such an important conversation to have, because when I see messages in Discord, then I'm starting to think, what about these other channels that are larger than me, right? These channels that got 200,000 subscribers. They're probably getting flooded with messages as well. And I think, you know, we got to put a stop to these rumors. We got to address these rumors. Whether or not we think they're real or not, I think we got to offer a little bit of common sense and say, look, anything is possible, but it doesn't mean everything is likely. And that is really important for me on this channel. I cover everything in wrestling, but I got to tell you guys what's likely and unlikely to happen. And Shane McMahon going to AEW just because Dax is tweeting at him, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous in my opinion, but it is what it is. I can't change it. If Shane McMahon goes to AEW, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.